Is nothing like live music in the summertime, and lucky for us, Maine has quite the set list this summer. Here to give us a snapshot is Aimsel Ponti, who writes for the Portland Press Herald. Thanks so much, as always, for coming in.
Always a joy.
Being with us.
Love coming into the studio.
Yeah.
Let's talk about music.
Exactly. Let's jump right in.
Yep.
Show coming up this weekend at the State Theater featuring Ani DeFranco.
Yes. Now, I will be sending you all outside for several shows, don't worry. But this one is an indoor one. It's Saturday night at the State Theater. I checked before waltzing into the studio. There aren't a ton of tickets left, but there are some. And if you've never seen singer-songwriter Ani DeFranco live, an absolute force of nature. What she does with an acoustic guitar, let alone her songwriting, just a force of nature. I've been a fan for more years than I'm going to admit to online. I was 4 when I became a fan. No, I've literally been a fan of her since like 1990, for a long time. And I've sort of just grown up with her, and her live performance is just always so riveting.
I heard the sound of your bike as your wheels hit the gravel, and then your engine in the driveway cutting off. And I pushed through the screen door, and I stood out on the porch, thinking fight, fight, fight at all costs.
And she comes from a real place of, she's angry and political, but she also comes from a place of deep compassion and empathy, so it's a really good combination.
Yeah, the clip that I watched, it felt like a very intimate show, but fun.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yeah. So that's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll
All right.
be there.
And August will be here before we know it.
It's like next week. So let's buckle up for August.
Exactly.
Dog days of summer.
That means that Crunge Bin, they're going to be performing at Thompson's Point, rather.
Yeah, Thompson's Point.
And they're coming all the way from Texas.
Yes. And, you know, I had to go to YouTube because the spelling of the band and the pronunciation of the band are 2 different things. So Crunge Bin, could it be I'm pretty sure it's Crunge Bin. I watched 3 different YouTube clips, pronunciation guides. Texas-based rock trio, and the Canadian indie band Men I Trust is opening. I listened to a little bit of Crunge Bin's Mordecai album. There's a song called Time, You and I, and So We Won't Forget that are really cool. Hybrid blend, Thai funk, psychedelic rock, dub and soul. I just think this is going to be really enthralling. And plus it's outside of Thompson's Point.
Oh, always a fun time.
You know,
always a fun time.
Food trucks, beer, all that.
Exactly. Can't go
Good
wrong.
Vibe. It should be a really interesting vibe that night.
And it sounds like folks are going to have to arm wrestle between Crunge Bin and then the Ballroom Thieves, who are also playing the same night in Waterville.
Because the Ballroom Thieves are up, that show's outside at the head of Falls in downtown Waterville.
Yep.
Now the Ballroom Thieves, they live in the Mid-Coast, Martin and Callie. They are an indie folk rock duo, and I actually just saw them on the big stage at Newport Folk Festival last weekend. So they are very well established. They used to be based in Boston. They've been here for a number of years. They just put out a new record a couple weeks ago that's so good, called Clouds, that, fun fact, even has a song on it called Harry Styles.
All the moments look like photographs I took, but didn't feel the need to say.
But Martin sings and plays acoustic guitar, and Callie sings, plays cello and bass. They've got a really cool sound, and they are a nationally touring act. So they're a big deal, but they just happen to be based here in Maine, and they're doing a free show in Waterville Friday, August 5th.
Awesome. And listening to them, I will say, the music kind of just makes you want to take a deep breath.
Yes.
And let the day go.
Let the day go. Don't we need that? I need that.
I love that. All right, last but not least, we have Guster on the Ocean, also making a stop at Thompson's Point next month.
Saturday, August 13th. So Guster on the Ocean, I mean, what a cool thing. Adam from Gardner from Guster has lived in Maine for several years. I mean, they're like just a great rock band to begin with. And so that on its own is reason to go. However, Holy Toledo, the opening act situation, I have to put my hand on my heart, which I often do on the show. The duo Shovels and Rope, they are a big nationally touring act. Amethyst Kia, I've seen her a number of times. She's a singer-songwriter, incredible, up-and-coming. Darling Side, another indie folk act, and our very own Pete Kilpatrick.
Nice.
So this is a whole thing, a huge amount of bands. It's going to be really awesome.
Man, all kinds of fun stuff going on in the next few
And I always like to
weeks.
tell people, like, this is just a sample.
Yes.
So, you know, there's so many like little parks and patios that are having live music. I'm just
Exactly.
here to kind of nudge you a little, do a couple shows, but there's a lot more out there.
Awesome. Well, as always, Aimsel, so much. Thank you so
Truly
much
my
for being
pleasure.
in.
Go support live music.
Love chatting with you. If you want to see a list of these bands for yourself, head to the 207 section of our website. We will be right back.